So for this one I'm going to play through as Persia. I'm not an expert at this game, not by any stretch. In fact, I didn't like this game at first. It's grown on me a little bit, because this is one of the few games I've played that you have to actually play on speed 5 of paradoxes, which is a bit mental, having to play continuously on speed 5. Alright, so here we are. We've got Persia over here, and I suppose the goal of this particular playthrough is going to be to try and recapture some of my lost provinces here from Russia. That's a long way off, given the fact that Russia has 210 battalions and 73 flotillas, and here I am with 48 battalions, no flotillas, and I suspect most of these battalions are actually going to be crap, irregular infantry, so I've got a lot of work to do, but I suspect the best way, one way I've played this, and I'm going to try and recreate it actually, is the first time I played this, I failed, but the next time I played it I actually decided I was going to try and conquer all of these neighbouring territories. Kind of have to stop around here somewhere where Britain is, but for the most part capture all of these, come down here, capture Oman. In fact, the first thing I'm going to try and do is try and take back this area down here in the south, so that I can consolidate this and it's not a split state anymore. The thing is, it goes 50-50, I've experienced. If everybody joins in and stops me from doing that, then that usually ruins it, but let's have a go. So let's start by having a look at some stuff. So I already know my military is a bit rubbish, so I'm going to need to invest in that. My production is crap, my construction, I only have 10, so I'm going to need to invest in that. If I have a look at my stock market, the stuff I'm going to need to use is wood, which is really expensive, and fabric, which is not too bad, but the wood's a problem. So if we have a look at I've got some logging camps, but I can't actually, don't have any tool workshops, so I can't actually set them to sawmills yet. So I guess one of the things I need to do is build some more wood. Where's the best place for wood? If we zoom in, we don't have anywhere specifically that's great. Oh yeah, we do, but that's hardwood. But there is 10% logging industry throughput, so it might be a good idea to come over here into how do you pronounce that? Mazandran. So if we have a look at the buildings in Mazandran, there's already some logging camps here, so maybe expanding them seems like a good idea. Construction efficiency is not very good there, but maybe that would be the first thing I want to try and do then, because I'm going to try and build up my construction sector. Looking at the governments, we can see usually it's the case that the landowners are very powerful. It's the same here as well, along with the Buddhist monks. Laws, we've got a professional army, so that's good, because I'm going to be trying to build up my army fairly early on, so that I can try to take over all of my neighbouring neighbours. Take over all my neighbours. That would radicalise landowners, so that's not going to happen for quite some time. Obviously I want to try and do stuff like get a dedicated police force. I guess no home affairs, that's always good to get, because it can reduce revolution. Okay, so I'm not really going to be doing anything on the law side of things just yet, I don't think. So first things first, maybe what I'll do is have a look at where I can build up. It doesn't matter where I go here really, I can just have a look where there's lots of unemployment. So there's some there. I think most of it tends to go into Briz. So let's just get a couple more going in there as well. 2, that gets me up to 50, and then if we have a look, we've got a 50 max, so I'll just get up, but I'll probably recruit another general in here as well, probably this armed forces guy. I usually have a look at his ideology. He's a Republican, so that means he's going to be in favour of progressive stuff, so I'll probably choose him. So I could even recruit him actually, because we've got loads of money. So I could recruit him. Now we've got a max of 80, so I'll probably recruit some other stuff as well. Having a quick look at technology, we're a bit crap. We haven't even got that one yet, so let's have a look. Society. I'm probably missing some stuff here as well. Academia. I know if I went down to medical degrees and stuff, I can reduce mortality and grow my, because I need more people, because I want to have a big army. Production's lacking. I think I'm going to go for military though. The sooner I get the line infantry and get a better quality army is what I need, I think. Let's just get it moving. Skip that. So fix capacity, so restore bureaucracy. I usually have a look and see what paper's like. We're not even producing paper, which means we must be importing it, are we? Have I missed something there? Paper? I missed it. So we actually don't have any paper whatsoever, and we're not importing any either, so I guess we probably need some wood for the paper industry as well. So if I get a paper industry, I can then get some government offices. I'm going to move it on to 5 now anyway, just so we can get things moving. So tempted to get a construction sector set up here and in Tabriz as well. Might as well get them going off first. I never had a look at let's have a look at decrees. I've got lots of authority, so let's get road maintenance going in those 2 places. Don't need anything else from there, I don't think. Improve relations. China, maybe? I mean, I'm not gonna. I think the Ottoman Empire is a good one to improve relations with, because I think we share a lot of culture and stuff with them. I'm going to eventually be going to war with Russia, but for now I suppose I can try and improve my relations with them, because if I'm going to be attacking my neighbours here, I certainly don't want these people getting involved. Britain's down here, so I think it's probably a good idea. I'll have a look at that agitator in a minute, but I think maybe it might be a good idea to improve my relations with Britain. No, I can't do that, not yet. Maybe if I what am I doing? Back on this, declare an interest. I've only got 1 interest because my prestige is not very good at the moment. Fruits of thy labour, content with the new state of affairs in Persia and unwilling or unable to face the uncertainties that life abroad offers, Muhammad has officially announced his retirement from political life. Even firebrands cool off in the end, it would seem, plus 5%. I'll just go for the approval. I don't really want to have them become any more powerful than they are now, so I'm just going to do that. Maybe I should be trying to bolster the armed forces. I think that's probably a good idea. Just looking at what they would. I think you know what? I'm just going to give it a go now. I'm just going to give it a go and see if I can just conquer state. It looks from this that nobody's going to support them. They might even accept it. There's a minute chance that they might accept it. Let's see what happens. Oh, there you go. Got lucky. So they accepted the demand, so I've got that back. So that's meant I don't need to bother going to war. Let's get back onto fast. So yeah, my relations with the Ottoman Empire and Russia are rubbish at the moment, so trying to improve them would be alright in the short term, just while I try and vassalize stuff around here. Having a look, I mean, Kalat is incredibly weak. They're improving relations with me, so I mean, have we even got... Yeah, I could, before they improve relations too much, I could try and make them a tributary. They don't have anything I need, and in fact, if they became part of my market, they would be sapping away at my wood even more. Probably not the best way of putting that. So yeah, logging camps is almost done. The construction sectors have been built, so I'm on 14 now, and it hasn't really affected that too much. So I might even build up some more of them. I got a thing earlier and didn't know about an agitator. So what's he? Oh, he's gone. He's gone already. Let's have a look. The institutions. So I've got law enforcement and education. So qualifications is not going to be too much of a problem, I don't think. I'm a beginner at this game, so I'm not necessarily absolutely certain about anything I'm doing, but I'm happy with this so far. So fixing that deficit's probably going to come with some government offices. If we scroll down and take a look at government admin, that's going to require paper. There's going to be a deficit. So actually, I think the first thing I'm going to do is get a paper mill up and running in Tabriz, and I might even get another construction sector there just to make it 2. There we go. I'll do that, and we're already running road maintenance, so hopefully that will just speed things up nicely. So we're building barracks in Tabriz as well. Where do we go? Where do we look for buildings, barracks? Training rate is 50, which I think is what you get as default. And obviously later on I'll be getting general training to improve that, but for now, there we go. So we're going to be training up. That's going around quite quickly, that technology as well. So hopefully I can get down to line infantry. When I get to line infantry, let's go back to that for a second. When I get to line infantry, find my way around this a little bit. Small arms. So we're going to need to build an arms industry. In order to build the arms industry, I'm going to need iron and hardwood. So where else have we got logging cabins? Because that's not that one. Resources, logging. Not that great. That's one of the reasons why I think it's a good idea to take a look at the neighbours and have a look who has got. Let's have a look. So their diplomacy is, they're not really allied to anybody. If we have a look in their market, they don't have a lot of wood. Afghanistan's probably a more difficult one to take, isn't it? I would have thought. Yeah, they're diplomacy wise is not an issue, but they've got a lot of battalions. Plus their GDP is fantastic, so if I made them a tributary, that's... Tell you what, because we've got such a deficit up here, I think I'm just gonna get more construction sectors up and running because we can afford it. So we'll get 2 there. I think usually, is it Isfahan that's got all of the iron mines? Yeah, so I think I'm going to get a couple of construction sectors up there as well, and then definitely down here in Kerman as well, because we're going to be building a shipyard here. Have we already got a shipyard now then? No, we haven't got anything like that, so we're going to be needing a military shipyard. So military shipyards, man of wars. So I think we're going to want to get a military shipyard there. Then we're going to be building a navy, so we'll create a fleet. He looks like a fantastic one. He's a traditionalist, which I don't think is going to do us any favours. Doesn't matter for the time being. By the time we even get around to doing things like that, he's going to be dead anyway, so... He's got cancer. He's definitely going to be dead then, isn't he? He's authoritarian. Secret police. Secret police is definitely... Or National Guard, they're definitely things I'm going to want, so I'll tell you what, recruit him instead. and it's not going to let me do that yet because we haven't got the military shipyards, so I'll have to wait until I've got the military shipyards before I can do that. Let's go on 5. So they are giving me more bureaucracy, so that, I wonder if that's going to resolve that journal entry then. So it wants me to expand livestock ranches. So that's the first one, so we're going to make our way towards line infantry now. I feel like I want to just, should we, let's have a look. I want to just wage war on somebody now. So we've got 210,000, 493,000. I wonder what would happen if I just went to, can I even turn them into a tributary? No, because their prestige is about online with mine, so they're actually about, so I can't actually do that. I'd have to conquer them, but I don't want to conquer them. So first thing I need to do is, let's go for Kalat. Can I make them a tributary? What would happen? It doesn't look as if anybody's particularly going to side with them. I mean, that's not to say they won't, but what if I just, you know what, I'm going to give it a go, see what happens. I'm just going to give it a go and see what happens. Make a start on collecting vassals. Stick it on 5. So if anybody joins them here, I'm gonna have to pull out, and I don't know what that's gonna necessarily. Because to be honest with you, what I usually do is if I try this and it goes tits up, I tend to just reload. But I'm gonna see if I can play this without reloading, and we'll see what happens. So far everybody's declaring neutrality. It does create a bit more tension when you know you're not going to reload. I'll see if I can just scare him a little bit by mobilising this force. Got loads of money. I haven't even started building those construction sectors yet. Yeah, just head down there when you're ready. Nobody's actually joined yet, which is good, but Russia hasn't made a decision. Neither has, well, I mean, even Afghanistan could get involved. I don't necessarily have good relations with any of these people. Let's put on fast. Get past this tension bit first. They've all declared neutrality, so I'm fairly sure we're going to get Kalat. That's going to be our first victim. Yeah, so wood's really expensive. We're stockpiling gold. Alright, so we'll just let that play out because I'm fairly sure Kalat's not really going to put up much of a defence here, so we're going to be able to bolster our thing even more here. Let's get these construction sectors built. This'll certainly affect. In fact, I think what I might do is I might expand these logging cabins for yeah, camps first. Get 2 of them done, and then I'll do the construction sector stuff. I forget what Kalat's market is like. Have they got anything they can even offer? There's like tea. I mean, they have got some. Yeah, they've got wooden fabric, so that might help. That might help with construction. So let's have a look at this. Make peace. So we're not quite there yet. Alright, so Kalat is now involved. They're giving us 649. And I don't know if we'll be able to notice any differences with the market. Can I even export stuff at the minute? I've only got 20, so I need to build up some ports. Need to get rid of all this stuff first. Who's next? Khiva. At first, when I first started playing this, I was always tempted to conquer territory because I didn't really understand the mechanics of the game. I've found now, or at least I believe now, that the case is that if I was just to conquer these territories, like if I go here and go to population, I can see that the majority of them are Turks, and it says their culture is discriminated in Persia. If I go here to Sunni, it says that this is also discriminated in Persia. So that means that if I was just to conquer these people, I would just be constantly fighting uprisings, you know, revolutions, all that kind of stuff, which that's how I've understood it. So the best thing to do is, instead of conquering these things, it's better to just make them tributaries. So Khiva has a good GDP, but it doesn't have a very good strength military, and they're not really allied with anybody. So what if I was to just make them a tributary? Again, it doesn't look as if anybody's necessarily going to get involved. Whether they do or not is another thing. Russia seems to be involved in something, so maybe they won't get involved. Now seems like a better time than ever. Go on. This could all fall apart. I mean, I've been doing this now for 22 minutes. I don't think I'm going to be on too long tonight anyway, so if it does all fall apart, worst case scenario is I just back out of it and just back out the war. I think I'll probably have to pay war reparations or something, but I've got enough money, so we'll give it a try. Knock it back up to 5 just to see what happens. So I don't want the Sikh Empire, I don't want Russia, I don't want anybody getting involved, certainly not China. Afghanistan's got a decent military. If they can kind of see what I'm doing here, so if they can sort of see, well, he took Kalat, he's taking Khiva, we're stuck in the middle. I mean, they may well decide to get involved. Nobody has yet. It's making me want to get more barracks up and running, to be honest with you. Let's get rid of some of these construction sectors. We've got Tabriz still going on. Anything changed? No, nothing's changed. I could add another war goal. War reparations. I won't push my luck. We've got enough money. Just being greedy. I'll take those other. So Ishvan Kerman. What am I doing? I'm not even getting rid of them. I'm just pushing them. Pressing the wrong button. Right, I'll get these construction sectors up and running, and then I think I'm gonna bring in some more. I like even numbers. I don't know if it's OCD or what. So I've got like 10 there. There's hardly anyone unemployed there. I need to focus on unemployment, right? Available labour. I think we need to get all the peasants, don't we, into some kind of. I think Khorasan's going to be a huge area of militaristic area. I think. How did I get on there? Did anybody join the war? No, nobody did. So we'll just wait for this to play out. I'm fairly sure that I should do alright. As soon as our prestige goes up, I mean, Makran's likely going to be the next one, but there are some nice little places over here to get involved in as well. These, I think they're pretty wealthy, almost 500,000. Yeah, if I could get Bukhara next, I think that would be a good little boost to our income as well. How are we doing on this sort of stuff? So we've got a really righteous government at the moment. So that's why we can see that we've got more loyalists than radicals. Is there anything I need to change on here? It feels like I'm missing something, given the fact that I'm not doing anything with laws yet. What's that serfdom? Obviously not serfdom. I mean, there's the local police force thing, but I don't feel like that's necessarily something I need to jump on just yet. Have I started doing the small arms? I haven't started doing the small arms yet. Maybe that's something I need to focus on. Because we've got 11 months until I can start recruiting line infantry. I'll tell you what, let's get the ones into Briz, get rid of them for a second. Are we ready to make peace? So now our diplomatic pacts are giving us 1.44. I'm still losing a lot of money now, and I suspect it's because I've just boosted my construction sector up, and I've done that at a time when logs are incredibly expensive, but we've got money for now. These are going to want hardwood. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at what we've got. I was right in thinking that this is hardwood, isn't it? Yeah. So that means to Briz. Yeah, probably shouldn't be actually doing logging camps just yet, because that's going to get changed to hardwood in a minute. So instead we'll do it here instead. We'll build expand our logging camps here. Yeah, I might even make that max. And we'll probably want a tool workshop, and I know for a fact we're going to need iron mines as well. I'll probably want those iron mines first before the... no, didn't mean to do that. I'll want the iron mines before the tooling workshops. Right, let's speed up again. So that's Khiva and Kalat. Who else? Who's going to be next? So can't do Afghanistan yet, but Bukhara I could. And again, it's not looking likely that anybody's necessarily going to get involved, and these are actually going to contribute quite a lot to my budget. My infamy is only 2.5, so it's not like it's the fact that it's on the border of Russia, so this might actually drag them in. So quick look, they've got, I mean, I've only got 50. Mind you, these are tributaries now, and I can't remember if that means they have to get involved in my wars. I don't think it does mean that. I don't think it does mean that. I could still do that, couldn't I? That's 19 conscriptions, so they're going to be really weak, I think. I might just do it. Might just see if I can make them a tributary. Khiva, it says there that Khiva, I mean, they're my tributary now. Does that mean that they can't actually join a war against me? I might be being a bit too greedy here, going a bit too fast. I haven't got much longer on here tonight, so probably going to do it for another 15 minutes, depending on how this turns out. If people start, because they're going to be thinking now, hang on a minute, he's like a parasite. You would think Afghanistan would probably think they want to stop me now. Let's have a go. We'll mobilise, send the army to the edges there. So military shipyards are almost finished. As soon as they're finished, I feel like I'm going to want to get a naval dockyard up and running, but I've got a hefty list of things here. I often delete these from the list as it goes anyway, because then I start thinking, oh well, I'd rather These are still sitting on the fence. China and the Sikh Empire. No, they've dropped out as well. Alright, I think my forces out sort of outnumber theirs. And eventually, in fact, something I forgot to do, I want to start improving relations with my vassal tributaries now, because they are going to become vassals. So I want to try and improve my relations with them. How are we doing? Right, we're almost... Yeah, what did I just build there? That meant I need paper. Sorry, iron. Military shipyards, yeah, so they need iron. So I do need to swap a couple of things around here. Let's get the... in fact, let's get the barracks down the bottom. I'm not too bothered about that. Let's get the iron mine up. Iron mine is going to need tools, so tools will go after that. And then we'll get logs just to... again, I've put loads of logging camps in there. I'm going to delete them for the time being because we've got loads of money, so it's not like... We're going to need hardwood. I want my arms industry up here as well. Because we're about to get line infantry. So I feel like I want this relatively close to the top as well. This is in Isfahan, if I've pronounced that correctly, and Tabriz has got road maintenance. Khorasan, that's going to get road maintenance. How's the war going? So there's our line infantry. So now that we've got that, I'm just going to go easy on military research for the time being. Academia means I could put more bureaucracy is a problem. So I think production's probably the best one to go for now. Let's get down to lathe, because I am going to want to try and paper's going to be an issue. I think it's going to be a big drain on my income. So if I could get down to atmospheric, if I could get this, I can get iron and coal and everything, and then mechanical tools, I can get sulfur. Have I got sulfur? Actually, have we finished this yet? Nearly. Resources, we do have sulfur mines. Oh yeah, we've got quite a lot of sulfur, so that's not an issue. And I know we've got dyes. I think actually we've got a couple of yeah. So down here in Kerman and up in yeah. So we've got plenty of dyes as well. So paper's not going to be an issue in the long run. Come on, there we go. So 5.48. That's taken a couple off as well. So our diplomatic packs now are 2.35k. And I never even checked the market. So let's have a look at our market and see if we can see any difference. Well, we've got a shortage on iron and tools now. And they're the two next things we're building. So, right, next. Is it going to be... I mean, it is taking the piss a bit, isn't it? I mean, there's very few people look like they're going to defend them. And then obviously if I surround Afghanistan and these become my my vassals... That was quick. Don't think I have any cotton plantations, do I? I do. Oh, I think that was just a passive bonus, wasn't it, to cotton? And given the fact I've got a lot of... I want to get this construction sector up even further, to be honest. But it's costing me a lot of money at the moment. Yeah, wood is incredibly expensive at the moment, so I just need to... That's why I had Tabriz building a couple. I'll stick them back in the list. So at the moment we've got iron, Yeah, I was going to say why is that on there, because there's no buy orders. Tools, we've got 2 buy orders. I could take the tools off the wheat farms, but there's no point, I don't think. So Bukhara, Khiva, Kalat, they're all in the bag. Afghanistan, because of our similar prestige, where are we in the list? I think because of our similar prestige, I can't make them a tributary yet. If they're on them, there they are. See, that's unusual, isn't it? They're 64 and I'm 49. So I've misunderstood something there, because I would have thought that I can make them a tributary, but obviously not. I mean, they're incredibly weak, so I could maybe go for them next. I want to move on to this peninsula as well and take Oman. Can't do them yet. 3 weeks until the tool workshop's built. 2 weeks. Still not doing anything with the government. There is no health system, so mortality is probably still quite high. I can't remember where you see that. Is it in population? No, it's obviously not. Don't think, population? Unemployed, dependents, is it up here? Can't remember. Alright, so we've just opened our first tool workshop. Wood is incredibly high, but we do have an iron mine open now, so maybe if we swap you over to wrought iron, it'll say there's a shortage of iron, presumably. But we have also just opened our iron mines up, but they need tools. It's like catch-22. I've got 20 convoys. Maybe I could just do an import route for iron just to ease. No. Tools, no. Never mind. We are going to want to get the logging camps into Briz up and running, because they're going to be doing the softwood, and hardwood's going to be reserved for Mazandaran. See, that's what I mean. This is one of the few Paradox games I think that you just play it and speed 5, don't you? Just because it just takes too long. So just to recap, journal entries. I've got nothing really that I need to do at the minute that I'm not already doing. That's the tutorial thing, which I'm not too worried about. We're currently researching lathe with a view to go down to atmospheric engine, so I can get more iron and coal. I've still got Afghanistan and Kokand, if that's pronunciation. Let's have a look. If I did that, it doesn't look like anybody's going to get is going to jump across. What does this mean? Prediction. Yeah, so it looks like those two would support me, which of course they would. I'll tell you what, I'm going to see if I can just take this other. We're just gonna do it. If it all goes tits up, it goes tits up, but we're just going to do that. So let's mobilise. Send them to the front. I wonder, Kalat was the first one that I took on. I can't actually. We must have some kind of truce. Again, I can't remember where you look for all this stuff, but we must have a truce. You can remove their independent. In other words, you can turn them into a vassal instead of a tributary. But I can't do that yet, and that's probably because I've only just turned them into a tributary. If anybody jumps on their side here, then clearly I don't understand the mechanics of this game, because it didn't look like anybody was going to come to their raid there. So all of these sort of disparate minor nations around here. That's essentially my goal here, is to just bring all of these on board, get them all in my market. You know, another thing I could probably look at, which I haven't even looked at there, is to see whether there's a benefit, like maybe a detriment to having them in my market. Like if they're over here like struggling for stuff and then I put them in my market, they're going to drain off what I've got, and if I haven't got enough as it is, that's probably a bad thing, isn't it? So let's push this up a little bit for the time being, just to try and ease that a little bit. Hardwood, so this is why. Okay, let's get these logging camps right at the top, because I'm about, oh, what's this? We've got this guy who's a Democrat in the trade unions, but trade unions are not very powerful at the moment. This guy's in the armed forces and he's a royalist. I mean, the approval of the landowners, I've got plenty of wiggle room there, because I'm on this one now and I only need more than 3. That would give me a little bit of approval with intelligentsia. They're not important yet, but they will be later, so maybe that's a pretty good idea. Speed this up again. Once these logging camps are built into Briz with the softwood, I'm going to jump across to Mazandaran and change this over to hardwood, because that's what our military shipyards need. In fact, I never even did it, but we're going to have to build some frigates down here in Herman, so we'll build 4 naval shipyards there. That isn't looking as I'd hoped. Did anyone join them? No. So how have they managed to... 77 to 61 is a little bit close for comfort. We've been defeated twice, so maybe that means I need to look more closely at my commanders here. Adamant defense. So neither of them have got any special. If I look at that again, will it tell me? Wonder where you. These are active battles, aren't they? So let's see who their commander is. What's he got? He's got defend front. Where's his? As a commander, he's got aggressive maneuver chance. Does it tell us? Planes. Right. Well, I just won that one, so yeah, we're winning now anyway. But yeah, I guess we're fighting in the plains, and their general had a pretty good bonus to fighting in the plains, so that was probably what it was. But I think there's not much to worry about now. Sorry about that. Right, so getting back to the construction side of things, let that barracks finish, and then Kerman, road maintenance, because we've got that authority. Once this part's done and I've finished sort of vassalizing my neighbours, I think then I'll try and start to focus on building up my navy, and the goal will be to come over here, and Oman's a pretty decent target, but for that I need a navy, so I can conduct a naval, what's the word I'm looking for? Invasion. So if we click on these and have a look at the overview, State of Oman, I only need maybe 30 in my navy so that I can conduct the naval invasion successfully, maybe 40. So down in here, let's just have a quick look at our buildings again. So we've got our tooling workshop, and they're just struggling for iron. So So in Ishvan here, if I do this, they've got 70 unemployed, available labour, peasants. Let's just bite the bullet and do 6 more. Let's expand that iron mine significantly in Isfahan. There's also iron mines here as well, so it's probably a good idea to expand this one so that the local price of iron, in fact, you know what, I'll do that, cancel them. I'm going to build the iron mines in Tabriz instead. Let's build 6, because the arms industries are struggling as well because there's no hardwood. Log cabins, we've got 3 here, but it's incredibly expensive. Let's move up to tools. No, there's no point doing that yet because obviously the tool workshop is still struggling. Alright, so now we've got all but Makran seems like the obvious next target. Sikh Empire, I don't think they're actually oh, they're far too strong at the moment. I'm quite surprised that there hasn't been greater opposition to me just going around vassalizing all of my neighbours. My prestige is dropping, and I think it might be something to do with all of these I don't know whether it's the shortages. I think once I've got my navy up and running, right, so we've got, so look, naval base. Okay, so we've got 3,000 jobs. So this is steadily going to increase. Now I can't remember if enlistment efforts affects incentivize recruitment and training of local troops through financial incentives and preferential treatment. So I think that only goes for barracks and soldiers. I don't actually think that applies. And in fact, to be honest, I've even looked at barracks before. Like when you go on here and you take a look at this and it says 12 training rate, you'd think that if I came in here and did enlistment efforts, that you'd see some kind of change there. Oh, there we go. Did I do that? That must have been what I just did. So yeah, okay, we'll keep that in. Modifiers. Enlistment, oh, fair enough, yeah, okay. I hadn't noticed that before. So we want to get that navy trained up as quickly as possible. So that means that our military shipyards, while they were struggling, that is going to improve. Local prices for wood is obviously through the roof. I don't think there's a logging industry, is there? Yeah, there is, but a tiny one. It just goes to show how productive they'd be, because obviously the military shipyards are crying out for wood at the moment. So we've got the lathe. Radicalism is still like quite low. So we could get the coal mines up and running as quickly as possible and just get atmospheric engine done. Then there's mechanical tools, and this will allow us to, I think we're going a bit too quick for that, aren't we? Let's go atmospheric engine. I should be looking over here at society as well, because see, our gold reserves have vanished. And I do want to start opening up some more institutions. That's pretty important. Tell you what, let's stick it on this one instead. Right, iron mines, speed 5. Kalat, can I turn you into... Nope, can't turn them into a vassal yet. Let's improve relations with everybody that How's our relationship going? They're loyal and cordial, so we'll stop improving relationship with them. How about you? Loyal and amicable. Loyal and neutral. We've come so far. I don't want to ruin it. I'm just going to put in a quick save here. It's always good to have a quick save. Not that I'm going to use it, but it's good to have it. Oh, major backache. One viewer, I'm doing well for myself. It's coming up to the hour, so I'm actually going to call this in probably about 8 or 9 minutes. You can tell from my voice that I'm croaking. What time is it? It's just gone 9:30 at night. Opening the iron mines, so that shortage is going to disappear. That means the tooling workshops, once that goes down, are going to be alright. I think we need to max that out to 7. Definitely need to max that out to 7, and then we're going to switch that over to hardwood in Mandarin, and once that's switched over to hardwood, that means our military shipyards, not military shipyards, arms industry, then once these are actually able to acquire these resources relatively cheaply, then I can actually jump over to my military and I can actually start, that's not military, then I can actually give the order to start upgrading our regular infantry to line infantry. Okay, so what's that? We lost a couple of, so obviously we've still got hardwood, small arms and tool shortage, but we no longer have a shortage of iron, which is good. So I might actually chuck all these to the bottom and get the logging camps next. I see we're in the positive, which is good, because we were getting pretty close to having to use our credit. Right, Macron, do I turn you into a tributary? I don't think anybody's going to get involved, so let's do it. Mobilise the army and just send them straight to the border. See, you can't believe some of it though, because people do sometimes, even though it says nobody's going to join and help them, sometimes people do. Even your own vassals or tributaries might do. Oh, I thought that said something else there. I guess people will be thinking, well, why should we enter this war for Macron? Because they're not really that important. Let's have a quick look at their market. Are they actually producing anything in abundance? They've got some hardwood. This might actually resolve my hardwood issue. Just in the short term, because obviously they don't have loads of it, but yeah, as soon as they enter my market, it might actually resolve my hardwood issue a little bit. Any messages that we need to be really worried about? We've got a man of war shortage. That's usually going to affect stuff. There's a huge demand for man of wars now, so we can see productivity is increased, which means they're now able to employ, well, I say that, not really. So what is the issue? I think that's going to change in a minute. I think again it's just to do with wood and iron. Can we source any of that locally? We can source iron locally, so maybe we need to get the iron mines. I'm always swapping and changing my mind. That's why I never have a really long construction queue, because I end up deleting stuff, to be honest. Alright, so just to recap what we've done here, we're in war with Macron at the moment. I've already got Kalat, I've already got Khiva, I've got Bakara, I've got Kokand, which is a weird name. So all of them are now tributaries. I'm waiting to be able to turn Kalat into a vassal. Afghanistan, I believe I'm not able to make into a tributary because they are, I mean, if we go there and we have a look at interactions and scroll down and it says unavailable players and then make tributary, it says we can't do that because we must be of a higher rank than Afghanistan. I think I am. We have already found my... See, the only thing that's stopped me is I must be of a higher rank than Afghanistan. But when I look at prestige here, I kind of thought I was a higher rank than Afghanistan are like in the 60s or something. All right, yeah. So that was a quick victory. So Makran is now... So the goal here, to recap as well, because I'm going to finish this in a couple of minutes. So the goal here is to basically vassalize all of these, which I've kind of done except for Afghanistan. Once they're all vassalized, I'm going to be moving over here to vassalize Oman, and the goal ultimately is to strengthen Persia. There's a strategic region thing on here, isn't there? I thought that would have changed the viewport there. Strategic regions. Yeah, I thought that would have changed. Anyway, whatever. So yeah, I'm going to be hoping to consolidate all of this as Persia, which will then give me the clout I need and the strength I need, military strength, to take back some of the land from Russia. Because if we look in this one at the population, they are Azerbaijani and they are part, it's not discriminated, and Shiite is not discriminated either. So that's why, because I think they were traditionally part of my territory, Persia. And look, what rank is Afghanistan? Let's have a look. Is it? It is this, isn't it? Yeah, sort by rank. So it is this. Afghanistan are 58. I am 49. So I am higher rank than they are. And yet it says the reason I can't turn them into a tributary is because... interactions, make tributary. Persia must be of a higher rank than Afghanistan to make them into a tributary type subject. So I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. You're both regional part. Oh right, okay, yeah. So I guess yeah. Well, as soon as I build up my navy and I start actually exporting stuff, like maybe I'll focus on a particular good, start exporting stuff, then maybe at that point my prestige will go up and I'll be able to sort Afghanistan out. What was I doing? Let's have a look. Logging camps in Tabriz. We still have shortages on small arms. I think what I'm going to try and do is now, let's see if this screws me over. Hardwood, am I going to have a shortage of... So it's still expensive, I haven't got a shortage, so that's a good thing. So now if I go in here and look at my arms industries, they've got ample access to these things now. So now it's time to give the order to shift everybody over and start training line infantry instead of irregular infantry. Grain and iron. I could also start getting some cavalry as well, just ready for my battle with Afghanistan, because Afghanistan, I think they are probably a bit of a challenge for me. Reduce autonomy. If I click this, they might accept. I'm not willing to accept that yet, so I'll just leave off of that for a bit. Poor laws. See, I don't think that's actually a bad thing. It's not going to cause any revolutions. The only problem is that it's going to, I think it's an institution, is it not? Welfare institution, which means it's going to put my bureaucracy down a bit. So as a result, what I'm going to need to do is invest in paper. Have I got my paper industry up and running yet? Yeah, I have. So I was too busy focusing on wars that I wasn't focusing on that. So development, government administration, move down to filing cabinets. They're going to require 91 more and even at full pelt, I'll tell you what, let's just do it. Just showing my, in fact I don't have to do it all, do I? Let's do Tiberiz. So that's our paper shortage, but that means now there's such a demand for paper that the logging camps are at full now. Let's see, is there anyone else nearby? I don't know if either of you know that. Is the local price affected by the distance to another state? Like, so for example, here in Tabriz, local prices, we can see wood is incredibly expensive. So if I started building like logging camps here, because it's next door, presumably the distance to that place affects the local price. So if you're shipping like logs from over here to Tabriz, it's probably not going to affect the local price too much, but if next door has an abundance of logging camps, then perhaps it'll help out the local price of logging. Let's do it. Productivity is going to be high, so you'd think, yeah, so there is a demand. What's the local? Yeah, so logs are high generally anyway, so let's get a couple going there as well. I think I might need some more construction sector. So I'll have another quick look at this. So yeah, so paper is an issue at the moment, but I'm pretty sure that's going to solve itself. Man of Wars, is our military shipyards hired yet? No, they haven't hired yet, and that's because logs are expensive there too. So let's just stick 3 in there and get the local price for logs. Our tool industry, tool workshops haven't hired yet because they wouldn't be productive because they need the logs. Let's move everybody over to tools, and that should increase the demand. Where's logging? So let's shift them over to sawmills. With them shifted over to sawmills, that means that there is going to be that hasn't been built yet, that's why I can't look at that. So machinists, so this is sort of like still lower strata as it says there, but I think our education's alright. So because that's low strata, labourers and peasants can sort of educate themselves up to machinists, if I've understood that particular mechanic. Back on speed 5, yeah. So our bureaucracy's alright. I could probably start to enact this now. If I just have a quick look at what this actually is. So, I mean, radicalism is yeah, it has increased a little bit, and it's probably, I could look into that in a second, it probably is the lower strata. Let's just do it. I haven't actually enacted anything since the game started, so why not? Because there's really nothing else I need to do at the minute. But this is gonna 67, so it doesn't really cost a massive. Japan is mental. It's about 360 odd, isn't it, just to have an institution or increase the strength of the institution, the level of the institution. This is only 68, so it's not too bad. I'm flicking around the screens a lot, so sorry about that. Development, I could move these up to filing cabinets, and that would cover the bureaucracy cost that we're expecting. That's only expensive now, it's not a shortage, which means the paper mines, there is still a shortage of arms and they're almost at full, so I'm going to need to expand that. Hardwood is cheap now, so is iron. So I don't think we're going to have an issue really with getting everybody over to be line inventory. Yeah, they're already line inventory, so I'm tempted. I can't take Treaty Port. The prospect of workhouses including religious instruction to their work has allowed the proposal of poor laws to gain favour with the Buddhist, Shur Lama. So this would give us a boost, but it would strengthen See, they're already becoming pretty strong. I'm not sure I really want religion to be a massive thing. I think I've just got the bottom one. The reason I say that is because all of these places around here, they all have a slightly different religion, which is discriminated at the moment in Persia. But eventually, if I could consolidate all of these, bring them all in, I would have to go for some sort of multiculturalism in order to avoid religious unrest within Persia. Yeah, we still have a shortage, but we have got... I might do arms industries. Iron's pretty cheap now, I think it said. I've been playing this for over an hour now, so I think I'm going to call it. So cheers to the 3 of you watching, I appreciate it. I think I'm going to call this stream now. A bit knackered. But yeah, I am going to come back on this probably tomorrow night, and the goal is probably take the treaty port if I can. See what I think it's probably because we're cooperative. Is that what it is? Like if I go into interactions now and have a look at make tributary or something like that, it'll probably say that we're mates or something, won't it? Oh no, it's because I don't have an interest. That'll be it. So I'll just let this play out for a second until I get the... Has it come up and I didn't see it? Can't remember how long it takes to... there we go. Yeah, so I could make them a tributary now, but I actually think that they're actually... Are they quite... No, they're not very strong. But I haven't got a navy strong enough. Yeah, I still need to, in order to do a naval invasion, you need at least the amount of army units you've got, so I'm going to need a lot more of these. That's just swam through to adoption, so clearly that's not going to be an issue at all. That means that radicalism's probably going to go down a little bit. Our bureaucracy is going to take a hit, but that's going to be fine because we've still got government administration that can still upgrade. Having said that, if it does upgrade, we're already at full with paper, and paper is currently, yes, got 17 to sort of play with, so that probably needs to be expanded as well. What am I researching? Currency standards. Yeah, we've still got a shortage of arms, but that's going to resolve itself. Yeah, so in the next episode I'm probably going to start working on boosting my navy up and prepare a naval invasion and take Oman. Anyway, yeah, cheers for watching. I'm going to call it that.